Good afternoon, folks. I hope everybody is well. It's been a long time since I've done a video, but I've recently acquired this lovely avocado green Miele S220, and I thought I'd do a bit of a video on this because there's a bit of a mystery that involves this S224. So hopefully somebody out there can give me a hand or point me in the right direction. And it's a horrible, wet, miserable Sunday afternoon up here in West Yorkshire. All my housework's done, the laundry's sorting itself out, so I thought what better opportunity than to do some filming. Now the S220, I'm not going to dwell too much on this one because it needs some attention. It runs and it's not in bad nick, but the foam insulation around the motor is completely disintegrating, and when you turn the machine on, it just blows everywhere. So I need to break into it and give it some attention at some point in the near future. So I'm not going to focus too much on that one today, but what I am going to look at is this S224 over here. Now, I got this a couple of years ago on Facebook Marketplace, local collection. It belonged to an old dear that I believe had passed away and had it from new. And with it came everything. The tools, the hose, all in immaculate condition. As you see it now is pretty much how it arrived. I've given it a dust over, but that's about it. I also got with it all of its original paperwork. So I got its manual, its guarantee card, and its original receipt. Now, that's not particularly, well, it is kind of unusual because, you know, most people didn't keep these things, but, you know, thankfully, whoever owned this Miele did. But something's come up with this. So this machine, this style of machine, as far as I can tell, was launched sort of mid to late 70s, somewhere between 75 and 78, and soldiered on until the early 80s when it was replaced by the more angular, squarer looking 80s machines that had the tool flap. S234I was one of the model numbers, and that's one I've got up in the collection in the loft. So yeah, that's fairly straightforward. But what's bizarre about this one, there's a few things with it that I'm going to point out. So in addition to having these two, I also bought a job lot on eBay of Miele spares for this series. And with it came an instruction manual, a guarantee card. This is for an S224. So this would have been the earlier S224, which was orange, a guarantee card, and its original dusting tools. Now, let's have a look at those in more detail. So the original range of these cleaners came with a white pedal floor tool that was a bit like what came with Vaxes and pneumatic machines for years. Whoops. There we go. Then in about 79, 80, they upgraded the floor tool to this style, as you can see on here, which is the wheeled floor tool, the smooth action floor tool. But the earlier models still had a colour matched hose end. So the body of the machine, the hose end would have matched, and it had white tools. And this is what came in this job lot. It came with the very chunky white dusting tools. Got the full range. So somebody at some point has owned this lovely S224, S224 with its original tools. And I've got the manual and the guarantee card. And we can see from the guarantee card that whoever bought this registered it on the 12th of August, 1980. So in 1980, this range was still coming with the white floor tool, the white dusting tools, and the colour matched hose end. And these tools are reflected in the manual. So you can see there, that is the toolkit that would have come with an S224 in 1980. The S200 range would have all had very similar tools. So that's fine. That makes perfect sense. Now, let's take you off the tripod. If we move over to this cleaner, getting too old for this. This is an S22. This is also an S224, but this is a much later one. And bizarrely, I thought these were long gone by 83 at the latest. But I also got its paperwork with it, its instruction book, its guarantee, its original receipt, and some other gubbins. Yep, that all came with it. So let's have a look at this in closer detail. So first things first, This cleaner came with the newer style dusting tools. These came on the 80s models with the tool flap. And at first I thought that can't possibly be right. It must have come with the older style tools. But if we look in the instruction book, lo and behold, there is the toolkit that is included with the S224. So they are right. Hello, Jibs. So they are right. Which is strange. The other strange thing is, because I thought this toolkit came out with the later 80s models with the tool cover. What's also bizarre is if we look at the receipt. Now, the original owner has very cleverly and carefully cut out the buyer's address from here, which is fine. It's sensible to do that. But we can see here, this was purchased from Skipton Electrical Appliances, which doesn't exist anymore, but it did, obviously, which isn't too far from where I live. And it was purchased for £104 on the 25th of April, 1986. One Miele Cleaner, model S224. 1986, that is insanely late for one of these. Now, at first I thought it may well have been old stock that they've been selling off. But 104 quid for old stock is still pricey, especially at that time. And equally, this comes with the later tools that are on the later models and the later floor head. So my only thinking must be that this machine ran on, get out of the way, until at least 85-ish, as Miele's budget cylinder. Now, Miele do have a reputation for downgrading their current model to the budget model when it's replaced with something new. So yeah, if anyone has any ideas or suggestions, please let me know, because I'm stumped. I really am. It's got the newer tools with it. It's bought in 86, we know that. The guarantee is also registered 86. They've registered the guarantee on the 2nd of May 86. They got the date of purchase a little bit wrong, but even still, that's not really the point. So yeah, if anyone has any info, please do let me know. Now, as I say, this cleaner has been incredibly well looked after. It's immaculate. It really is. Let's take a look at it in closer detail. So this is pretty much how I got it, as I say. It's had a wipe over with a duster, and that's probably about it. We've got a genuine Miele bag in there. As you can see, it's really clean. It really is. I've had to do nothing to it, and it runs perfectly. So, why don't we take a look at it in action? So there we have it, folks, the mystery of the incredibly late S224 from 1986. If anyone has any info on these, I'd love to know. Was it old stock? Was it a budget machine? Was it an exclusive to maybe independent retailers? Miele have always brought back older models. They've done it for as long as I can remember, and downgraded them as budget machines or as exclusive machines. I'm sure people remember the early 2000s, I think they're S500 machines, that were the main run of Miele's. They were brought back at one point as a C1 exclusive for Currys. We've had the S23 machines. They've been brought back as budget machines and exclusives. So who knows? So if anyone's any info, it would be greatly appreciated. But overall, I absolutely love this machine. I'm really, really lucky to own it. I'm so lucky that it's been preserved as well as it has and that it's complete. It's really unusual to find these with all their tools. Generally speaking, they got left lying around or thrown away or whatever, shoved in cupboards and forgotten about because they don't store on the machine. So yeah, really interesting, really, and would be really interested to know if anyone's got any info. Cheers, everyone. Enjoy.